Good evening all, and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. Tonight we're going for another tasting session from the Tiny Rebel 9th birthday box. This time it's the OMG They Killed range. Which two is it? It's these two. It is the Sabro and Cashmere. And they are both IPAs, and we'll start with the Sabro IPA. It weighs in at 5.2% ABV. It says on the back of the can, quite usefully, to look at it's hazy, the nose is tropical and sweet, and the taste is mango and coconut. Well, I'd hope there's coconut in a Sabro containing beer. So yeah, so that's that one. That's the one I know I'm looking forward to, because I do enjoy Sabro. Hopefully it's got a little bit more to it than the Pina Colada did yesterday. And the other one is the Cashmere IPA, weighing in at 5.9%. And this one, again, is hazy. The nose is said to be citrus, and the taste is lime and melon. So, yeah, there we go. So, two of the new beers from the birthday box. As always, we're going to do a tasting session where it's just not comparing, it's just doing the two side by side, just to compare the differences as such, not really to compare against each other. So we're going to pour the Sabro beer into the birthday glass, because it is a lower ABV and the shorter glass. So the pour is... It is hazy. Very pale in colour. Very pale. That's like a dilute orange squash, that one. So you've got about a finger's worth of head. It's quite hazy. You know, there's not any real, well, I suppose there's a little tiny bit of light coming through. So that's your Sabro. And then we're going to go for the Cashmere in this Tiny Rebel schooner. And then we're going to start the scoring. So the pour on this one is similar in colour. A little bit darker, actually. Yeah, it's a little bit darker, this one. Cashmere is there. You know, it's a lovely head on that one. That's about 2 fingers worth of fluffy but relatively consistent beer, consistent white head. So that's your Cashmere IPA at 5.9. So give them some scores, shall we? And then we will go through the aide memoire afterwards. So let's put the names on here, because I've forgotten to put the names on in advance. We'll just call them Sabro and Cashmere. That'll do. So let's give the Sabro a bit of a score first of all. So it's all right. You know, the colour is kind of what I was expecting based on the Pina Colada last night. I was hoping for a little bit more depth of colour, but on the whole, you know, I can't knock it too much. It's hazy, it delivers on that front. You had a finger's worth of relatively nice white head. It has dissipated a bit, but yeah, it's a decent looking craft IPA. I'm going to give that, like I said, I'd like it a bit darker, perhaps a little bit more murky. It is hazy. It delivers on what they say, though. I'm going to give it the 0.75. 0.75 for the Sabro. As for the Cashmere, that's really nice. You know, you've got a beautiful colour to it. You've got a little bit more depth of the orange. You have a bigger head that is hanging around for longer. It's slightly fluffier. That is a great looking beer. I'm going to give that one the full point, I think. I think it deserves it. Let's go for the aromas. So we're going to go for the Sabro again first of all. So I'm expecting coconut. It says to expect coconut and mango. Oh, sorry. Tropical and sweet on the nose. Getting pineapple. I am getting mango. I'm getting quite a bit of mango, actually. The coconut is kind of a background flavour here, though. It's there. It's creamy. It's creamying up everything. It's like being a kid and having the mandarin segments and putting the evaporated milk on. That kind of creaminess in the background. It's pleasant. There's a nice hop profile coming through. Juicy tropical. medium strength. It delivers, you know, it's tropical and sweet. I like it. I do. Is it perfect? Almost. I just like a little bit more oomph from the hops. I'll give it the 0.75. As for the Cashmere, it says to expect, again, remind me, citrus. So, I'm not getting a huge amount of citrus, if I'm honest. It's quite light on the aroma. It's there. It's definitely there. But not in a big way. There's something slightly orangey coming through. But otherwise it's quite light. Ah, that's interesting. It's the best looking beer, but it's the weaker strength one. I like what I'm getting. It's just really, really light, which is an utter shame. I'd like some more oomph. I was expecting a bit more on that one, I must admit. I can only give it the 0.25 because it is so weak on the aroma. Okay, so the body. We're going to go for the Sabro first of all, and we're going to get light to medium, carbonated quite well, and it's quite heavy on the carbonation. Not in a bad way. It's soft and silky, smooth. It works. I'd like it a bit heavier though, I must admit, to emphasise the oomph. The pina colada last night had oats in it. Does this have oats in it? Let's check. If it hasn't, it could definitely benefit from it. It does. It does have oats. Got the usual water, malted barley, malted wheat, oats, hops, and yeast. Needs more oats. The pina colada was spot on. If this had the body of the pina colada, it'd be exceptional. I'm going to give it. It's good. I'm going to give it the 0.5. As for the Cashmere, this one, I'm hoping for good things. It's heavier. Similar kind of consistency and mouthfeel, but a little bit heavier. It's on the medium. It works. I like it. It's a lot better. It's not perfect. I'm going to give it the 0.75. As for the taste, I've already had a taste, but we're going to give you the description of the taste now. So the Sabro promises mango and coconut. I'm getting a little bit of mango. It's like a slightly bitter mango, and I'm appreciative of the bitterness. I will say that's the one criticism I had last night of the pina colada. There was no bitterness in that double IPA to back it up. This has got bucket loads more, and it's better for it. The coconut is there. It's a supporting flavour here. Otherwise, this one is quite. It's not resin. It is slightly resinous, but there's something else going on. I like it. I do. You can't really. Can you? Can't you? It drinks about right for 5.2. It's quite sharp. I like that. Yeah. It's alright that. That's actually better than the pina colada, which I gave last night. I think it was 0.75. This one, although it's better than the pina colada was sweeter. This is more bitter, and I appreciate that, but it's still just missing something. It just needs a little bit more oomph of the coconut. I'm going to give it the same, 0.75. This is one where it definitely needs a little bit more. And the Cashmere, which says to expect melon and lime, does it deliver on that brief? It's an unusual flavour. There is melon. The creaminess on the body is so much nicer, and it supports those flavours quite well. Again, there's a good level of bitterness. The hops are right there. Both of these beers are really nice and hoppy. Similar drying sort of sensation in the mouth as well. Not getting the lime though, getting the melon, and I'm getting a generally nice, well hopped, kind of astringent IPA flavour. Doesn't taste quite so strong as the Sabro, which is weird because this is a stronger beer. But then again, last night the Pina Colada was not tasting anywhere near its 7.2. The Cashmere though, what do I think of it? I like the lime, the melon. I'm not getting much of the lime, which is a shame because lime would be a really nice supporting kind of sharp kick in the mouth. But it's lacking that. Otherwise, it's really quite good. I'm not going to say it's better than the Sabro because it's not. It's not worse than the Sabro. It's just different. It's, like I say, similar astringent flavour to the Sabro as well. I'm going to give it the same, 0.75. And the finish. On an IPA, I look for bitterness, longevity and hops. And for the Sabro, I get a little bit of bitterness on the finish. I get a dry finish as well. Hops are there, without a doubt. And it's medium long. It's medium long. Really quite nice. It's a good finish. Is it very good? Maybe. Yeah, it's very good finish. I like. It's got a good balance on the finish as well. That the malt, the hops, the bitterness, it just works quite well. Now the Cashmere, it's a little bit more bitter. It's a little bit hoppier. It's a little bit longer. And it makes me want to go back for another sip. There's a creaminess on that back end as well. It's easily better than the Sabro. Balanced, very well balanced. It's a spot on finish. I'm not going to fault the finish on that one. I'm going to give it the full point, which means we are clocking in this video a lot quicker than the last night's one, which I realised was a bit of a long one. We're currently at 12 minutes, 47 seconds. So let's top these up. 1.5, 3. The Sabro's got 3.5, and the Cashmere has got what? 1, 2, 3, 3.75. So yeah, it's a little bit better. Now, so I've got 3.5 for the Sabro, which interestingly is exactly the same score as my wife gave it. She gave the Cashmere though 4.5, which did surprise me because she's not a big fan of bitter beers. So the Aide Memoire shows 1,134 check-ins, 3.75 average for the Sabro, and 1,069 check-ins, and 3.7 average for the Cashmere. So yeah, I'm pretty much, I mean, what, 3.5 on the Sabro, 3.75 for the Cashmere, pretty much on the money really. So yeah, they're not bad beers at all. The Sabro, I was hoping for a bit more of the coconut, I will say. The mango, and like I said, there's an astringent flavour there. I'd like just a little bit more of that sweetness. Tiny Rebel do sweet beers really, really well, but they've dialed it back on this one, which in some respects is a good thing, because it's nice to have something a little bit bitter in the lineup. But in this bit, I think it could just benefit from a smidgen more. The Cashmere is clearly the one that I preferred on the score. And yeah, it's a great tasting beer. You know, it delivers. You've got that melon flavour. You've got no lime though, which is a shame. Beautiful body to the beer. Light on the aroma. If it had got a bit more on the aroma, that would have been. In fact, let's go back for another whiff. Oh, hello. Now the head's gone. There's almost like a. Yeah, it's the melon. It's the melon coming through. A little bit of orange. Orange melon, yeah. It's quite light on the aroma still, but yeah, it's a decent, well-rounded, balanced beer. Both of these are better, in my humble opinion, than the Pina Colada and the Sunset Mimosa from last night. I know they're not the same, but I'm just having these a bit of fun. I enjoyed them. Would I buy them again? Yeah, I would actually. Like I say, it's nice to have a slightly more bitter beer from Tiny Rebel for a change. I know the Dutty can have a little bit of bitterness, and the Cali Pale can as well. But it's nice just to have that added to it. So yeah, there we go. That's the OMG They Killed tasting session number 1 done and dusted with the Sabro IPA and the Cashmere IPA. So I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of these beers, and I'm going to let you click some buttons down there. You've got the like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. Let me know if you've tried them in the comments section, and I will see you again soon for another video. Bye.